Hi, hi. Hey, Facebookers. I think we've got a bit of trouble with Instagram. Let me try going live on Instagram again. Hold on. It's not liking me this morning. Nope. Bear with me, people. It gives you a chance to join, doesn't it? Hold on a minute.
Hi there.
Isn't that funny? I wonder why it doesn't want to join.
Today, yay, glad to today.
Anyone joining on Facebook yet? Not quite yet. Sorry, we've been live for a whole minute and I've still not really said hello to you. I'm trying to get my Instagram up and running. Well, it's not liking it, so let's try again. Hi guys who are joining on Facebook. Thank you for coming. Say hello. Let me know who's there. I'm just trying to get us live on Instagram. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky and I'm not sure why. Who's there joining? Let me know who you are. Say hello. Oh, hi, Fee. Are you trying to find me on Instagram by any chance? I missed you yesterday, by the way. Lindy, hello. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to get this up and running. It's funny how... Ah, here we go. Here we go. We're live. Hello, Instagram. Let me just pop you up here where I can see you. Oh, the joys of technology. But isn't it wonderful? Isn't tech wonderful? Hi, Fee. I hope you're okay. I was actually going to reach out to you yesterday and check how you're doing because I noticed that you weren't on the call yesterday morning, which is absolutely fine. Maybe you're having sleep in. I had a very busy household of children yesterday, and actually I wasn't feeling amazing yesterday. Like healthily, yeah, totally healthy, but emotionally not amazing yesterday. I was feeling really sensitive. Very sensitive. It's definitely hormonal, and it's really interesting. There's usually one day a month where I'm really, hi, Izzy, good to have you. Yeah, one day a month where I'm really so sensitive, and that was yesterday. So I didn't reach out to many people. Hi, Kelly. Fee, I missed you too. Yes, I couldn't find you on Instagram, so I'll stay on Facebook. That's weird. We were definitely there. How are you doing with the children? Thank you. Hey, Nick. Hey, Barrett. Hello, people. We're doing okay. Yeah, it's good. They're good kids, you know, and we're very, every day I'm in so much gratitude for how privileged we are. You know, we live in a beautiful part of the world and we have a garden and they've got bikes and they can go up and down the street and they're of an age where they're pretty self-sufficient. I had to spend a couple of hours figuring out some stuff with my son yesterday with his schoolwork, but you know, generally they're pretty self-sufficient. So I feel really lucky. I'm not going to lie. Hi, Flo. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Lindsay. Good morning. I'll read that in a second. Actually, no, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to read that immediately. Lindy's feeling sad today. A friend has died. Oh, and it's now made it very real. Oh, honey, I'm really feeling that for you right now. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I really am sorry to hear that. And yeah, that brings it home. It makes it more real, doesn't it? And like I was just saying, oh, we're lucky we live in a privileged part of the world, and yet it's going to touch all of us, no matter who we are, where we live, whether we feel privileged or not. This is going to touch every single one of us. We are all going to have stories and experiences of loss through this. There's almost no doubt. So I felt called today, Fee, Lindy, I'm sorry, yeah, lots of love coming right at you, Lindy. Very deserved. Yeah, lots of virtual hugs. Two things came to me this morning as I sat down here with my cup of tea. One was I just grabbed my angel cards. I haven't I've got a few different card decks, and these are the originals. So these are old cards. These are my original kind of Archangel, like Doreen Virtue Archangel cards. I thought I'd pull us a card this morning. Just felt like I wanted to do that today, a bit different. I spent some time with the cards already and tuning in and kind of asking the angels for a card that would support all of us this morning. And then I feel really called today, as always, to really honor where you're all at and how you're all feeling, to really give that the acknowledgement that it deserves. And I want us to hang out with your best self today. I feel like there's a lot of conversation. We've been having a lot of conversation about the ability to be completely present in the moment with who you are and what's true right now and what is safe right now and what you do have charge over right now. And all of that is so important and wonderful. And that's transformational living right there. And I think it's a beautiful practice to regularly connect in with your best self. And in a way, the work we're doing here every day together and the conversations we're having are inviting your best self to step forward, because your best self will always look for the other side of the story, right? It will always look for the flip, that your best self will want to change up sabotaging thinking to self-loving thinking, right? That's your best self will want to do that. Your best self will want to feel and experience your feelings because that's your nature and your truth. Your best self is going to take care of you and love you. And I want to spend a little bit of time hanging out with your best self, your best future self. Like, who is the woman or the man that you're growing into? Who is it that you came here to be? So while you're going through whatever you're going through and experiencing whatever you're experiencing today, I also invite you to tap in to that best self that you're moving towards, because we're always evolving, right? So who is the woman and who is the man that you're going to be this time next year, perhaps? And how could that person inform you now, guide you now? Like, what would that person have to say to you now as they look back and say, what would the message be? So who are we moving towards? Does that make sense? I feel like for me this morning I woke up with a real spring in my step today. But there was this, I just feel really called that it's important that we connect in with our future self. And essentially this is a manifestation tool. You know, this is about getting clarity on your vision and where you're heading and what you desire and what you want to call into your life, and who is the woman or who is the man that can create that for their life, right? It's connecting with that person. So let me pull a card for us. This is how I do's it. Here's the card. You see, Facebook. It says, brilliant idea. Archangel Uriel says, yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. Let's have a little look at what the reading says. This book is kind of falling to, all the pages are falling out. It's so old. Let's see what Archangel Uriel? I always say them wrong. Okay, brilliant idea. It says, your idea. I wonder how this might be true for any of you. Barrett, makes so much sense. I'm glad. That's awesome. Uri's joined. Brilliant. Rainer is joined. Your idea is an answered prayer. Even though it may push you past your comfort zone, know that God doesn't give you anything you can't handle. Ask for and be willing to receive all of the support that you need to bring the idea to fruition. Know that I'll be there along the way, and you can ask me for help at any time. I'm especially glad to give you ideas and creative insights to support your life's purpose. What? You can't make this stuff up, right? On the back of what I just said, maybe it's a brilliant idea that we spend some time connecting with your best self today and your best self in the future. That person. Yeah, it's great, isn't it, Barrett? I mean, we could have got any card in that deck, and there's cards in there that, and I'm not going to lie, my cynical self, my ego, my non-trusting humanness was like, imagine if we get a card like, I don't know, clairaudience. Oh man, I don't know. There's cards in here anyway that I've been like, does that make sense to a whole group? And then it says, when you're working with Archangel Uriel, Uriel's energy is pale yellow, like a candle's glow. Whenever you need ideas or intellectual guidance, contact Uriel. His energy is aligned with the amber crystal. So whenever you need ideas or intellectual guidance, and you know, we're tapping into your future self, your best self, your current best self and your future best self. So that's a nice one, isn't it? Yay. Hi, Natalie, good to see you. Hey, Fee, yeah, beautiful. It is beautiful. So how are you all feeling today? Do you want to share with me maybe in a word or two just where you're at? How are you feeling? What do you need? What's going on for you? Can you share with me and just see where this takes us? How does it land, the idea of tapping into your best self today? How would your best self move through the day today? How would your best self move through this week? If you could project forward and connect with your best self in a year's time, what would they have to say to you? And I've just asked you other questions. I do want to know how you are genuinely feeling today. So Nicola's saying the cards always speak the truth. Wonderful, thank you. They really do. And thank you for saying that. They do always speak the truth. And one of my personal practices at the moment and I connected with 3 girlfriends yesterday, and you know, I was sharing with them just how important it feels to me at the moment to just deepen and deepen and strengthen my faith in life. And life always has our back. Life is designed to guide us. Life is loving us, even when we don't feel it or know it in the moment. Nick saying, feeling calm today. I'm so glad to hear that. Raina, recovering from CR, and when I leave this room, I'm going to be a different person. Ah, beautiful. Love that. Ah, what a gorgeous intention. Flo, finding it hard to be motivated, so need to give myself attention. Yes. Yes. I find it really difficult to be, it's not so much motivated for me at the minute, but my routine is so out of whack having 3 teenagers in the house. James isn't here today, that's the husband. And I'm sorry, apparently yesterday he was really noisy downstairs and interrupted our meditation. I don't know if, I think a few of you heard his booming voice downstairs. So he's not here today, which gives me a sense of control over my day a little bit more, because he's quite a big, energetic force to have around the house. But yeah, I feel quite very easily distracted when everyone's sort of here in my space, and find it really quite hard to concentrate. Yeah, so we're all adapting, aren't we? Fee's feeling content and calm. Hi, Natasha, glad you could join. Lindy said, that's amazing, as I had just had an idea about helping an older group, a choir for retirees that I volunteer with. I thought I could help with all their IT issues. That card has given me the signal to go ahead. Always practical, always practical. I love that, Lindy. Good for you. Yeah, brilliant idea. Rebecca's feeling settled. I love the idea of connecting with my future best self. Beautiful. Nicola, I'm feeling super connected, but protecting myself from the universal sense of fear is so overwhelming. Yeah, there's a lot going on out there, isn't there? And that's why I think we have to really be vigilant and really love ourselves enough to take good care of what we're allowing ourselves to receive in terms of what we're watching, what we're reading, what we're listening to, who we're talking to. I mean, I chose to have a conversation with 3 women yesterday, I run a dinner series in London, and these 3 women have spoken at 2 of them for me, and they're just awesome, wonderful, amazing women. And you know, I would choose to have a conversation with them because we lift each other up. We share ideas together. You know, even at the end of the call, we would go around and give gratitude for what we received from the call together. That's how conscious, that's the level at which we're speaking when we connect. And we were talking about having faith in life. And yeah, so even who the friends that you're choosing to connect in with at the minute is really important. Are they raising you up, or are they lowering, bringing you down? Can you only connect with the people that tend to kind of bring you down a little bit? And there's no judgment, but connect with them when you're feeling able to hold the space for that and have compassion and love for their fear rather than be sucked into it. It's easy to get sucked in when we're not feeling in charge of ourselves and our own emotions and our own space, if that makes sense. And Nick, I'm binning all TV and Netflix for a week to read more and see how it impacts on my sleep. Get in touch with the real me. I love that. Yeah, so does Izzy. She loves that too. Yeah, that's good. That's brave. I have thought to do that. I'm not willing to yet. I'm in the middle of some cool TV series right now. I don't want to give them up. They're my escapism. Yale, relaxing voice, beautiful. Fiona, I'm going to not watch the news as much today as it's just so negative and I don't feel like I need to watch every day. My relatives can update me if it's important, but I need to protect my energy. Yes. Yeah, I was feeling wisdom. Yay. Beautiful. Yeah, our energy is key, isn't it? Our energy is key. We have got to take that self-responsibility and really protect and take care of ourselves at this time. But not just this time, all the time, right? All the time we've got to do that. And yeah, anyway, thank you for sharing with me, everybody. Do you want to do your brain dump? So there's a few newbies on here that might go, what on earth is she talking about? And plenty of you know exactly what I mean. So just grab your pen and paper and let's just spend a moment before we start connecting with your higher self, your best self. What are you really feeling today? And I just do want to reiterate that what you're feeling doesn't mean that we're judging yourself. Like, we're not saying that's not your best self. We're being real. We're working with what is. We're acknowledging your feelings, because actually your best self would do that. Your best self would acknowledge all parts of you, would check in with all parts of you, would allow you to feel all that you need to feel and be real with what's going on in your mind. So just do yourself a favor, offload. I cannot sit in meditation. I cannot connect with my heart. I cannot connect with my spiritual self unless I've paid my intellect some attention and acknowledged perhaps the mean things I've been telling myself, the worries and the anxieties, the concerns, the conversations I should have had or want to have and don't know how to have, and my to-do list. So just dump it all down. Doesn't have to be perfect. As Flo said to me once, sometimes it's just a scrawl, just scrubbing on paper, and you know what that means. Maybe that's enough. Hi, Mandy. Good to have you join. Hello. So once you've finished doing your brain dump, just getting all that out, how about you ask your best self? Why not just take a minute first? Just close your eyes and see your best self. See that person. You just tap into the energy of that person. Who is your best self? Maybe it conjures up memories from the past where you've seen your best self in action, where she or he has really stepped forward and taken care of you and, you know, moved you forward in your life, really had your back. Maybe it's not a memory of those experiences per se, and it's just when you tap in to your best self, it's just a feeling. You just know that person. And that person is awesome. I wonder if you could share with me just one word, if you could all just write one word. It's bringing tears to my eyes, this idea of connecting with your best self. It feels really important right now, so important. It's such a strong intuition I have that at the moment that we need to be connecting with that part of ourselves. And this is for me too. You know, we need to be connected with our best self. So in one word, describe your best self. Share your best self with us. So Raina's best self is content. Yeah. Izzy's best self is vibrant. Yes. Yes, yes. Good morning, Mandy. Hey, Christina from Germany. That is so cool to have you here. Oh, lovely to see you. Although I can't see you, I can see your profile picture. Really lovely to have you. Hey, Liz, so good to have you. You've been on my mind, very much on my heart. I'm going to reach out to you today. Fee. It's so powerful. So your best self is so powerful. Kate, hello. Nice to have you. Fee's saying your best self is inner calm. Rebecca's is glowing. Yeah, right? That's the sense I get as well when I tune into mine. It's just kind of glowing. Lindy says radiant. Yeah, same for me. Let's grab a tissue. Vibrant. Ellie's joined. Hi, Ellie. Barrett, compassionate. Right. I love that word. Nick, peaceful with a big smile. Yes, yes. Happy, says Natalie. Yes. Radiant. Yeah. See, isn't this gorgeous? Isn't that who we want to remember and honor? Like, this is the truth of who you are. Like, when you can move past the clutter that you've just been dumping on paper. That's okay, Ellie, not to worry. Never too late. Never too late. We're just hanging out with our best selves right now. Mandy's best self is unbreakable. Christina's is grateful. Stunning words. Stunning words. Look at that. Grateful, unbreakable, radiant, glowing, inner calm, powerful, happy, peaceful, compassionate. This is the truth of you. So as I was beginning to say, you know, when we can move past all the clutter in our minds and we do that brain dump. Golden, says Ellie. Yes, there's a great song that I listen to that helps me connect to my best self called Golden. I'm going to write that down for myself now. I'm going to share the link with you guys. It's such a brilliant song. Hold on. I've got a really cool Spotify playlist. I should share it with you all. Yeah, so this is the truth of you. This is who you are. Isn't that awesome? Doesn't it feel so good to connect with that part of you? So how would that part of you, how would your best self, yes, please, says Nick. Yeah, and we have the choice. We can choose to connect with our best self, like minute by minute all through the day. We can choose, like, how can I, like, a shitty situation happens, or for those of you who've got kids at home and they're driving you mental, you know, when you're in that moment and you have to choose how you're going to show up. Are you going to show up as your best self, your higher self, your compassionate, loving self, your golden self, your unbreakable self? Those kids can't break me. Yeah. Are you going to show up as your best self? Or are you going to show up as your disempowered self? Are you going to allow yourself to be controlled and manipulated by fear, false evidence appearing real? Are you going to allow yourself to be controlled and manipulated by behavioral habits, conditioning, stuff that isn't the true you. It's a way you've learned to be. It's a way you've learned to react to life. And we're reacting when we're usually in some state of fear, right? Often we're reacting in the moment, actually subconsciously, to something that's happened to us or we've experienced or we've perceived from many, many years ago. Like, it's not our truth. It's not actually what's happening in the here and now. Our higher self, our best self, knows how to respond with love and grace and be all of these beautiful words that you are: the calm, the radiance, the gratitude. Your best self knows how to approach situations in the moment. So when you look at what you've got ahead of you today, when you consider what you've just dumped onto paper, what does your best self have to say to you? And I would love for you to share it with me. What message, if your best self could just come forward and step in the room with you right now and look at everything you've just written down on paper, hey Lucy, what would your best self have to say to you? Yeah, so they step into the room, they look at what you've just dumped down on paper, and what would their advice be? What would their words of wisdom be? What would they have to tell you? I'm pretty sure if it was me, my best self would probably step in and say something like, honey, you got this. You've overcome worse. I got you. You're safe. You know, you are so resilient. You can totally overcome this. You can handle that. You can deal with that. You're amazing. Yeah, Raina's saying that's so true about fear. It makes me act in a way that's really aggressive. Yeah, and I really want to honor you for sharing that, Raina. Thank you so much, because fear is a secondary emotion. No, sorry, control or delete. That's not what I meant to say. What I meant, aggression, when you're behaving aggressively, that anger, that's a secondary emotion. Really, usually the aggression is coming out to protect you. And what's really going on, if you dig, just take a moment to dig, there's actually a real vulnerability there. And you said fear. There's a vulnerability, or there's a sadness, or there's a sense of like, I can't deal with something. And so while we don't know how to feel those feelings, the aggression or the anger can come out to protect us. So your best self will know that, and your best self will allow you to feel the fear, would allow you to feel the sadness, the loss, the vulnerability. Your best self would hold beautiful, loving, nurturing space for you to feel what you're fearful of, because it's okay. And it would hold you through it so you didn't have to lash out and protect yourself. Does that make sense? Izzy saying that her best self would say, have faith in yourself. Yay, you can achieve and have already achieved amazing things. Yes, exactly that. Fee's saying her best self would say, the universe has your back. Relax and enjoy the present. Amen. The universe does have your back. Christina's best self would say, cheer up. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Mandy's would say, it's just a blip. Let them fear go. Let the fear go. Yeah, not them. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Don't worry. Hey, Paul. Hi, honey. How you doing? Yeah. So it's just a blip. Let the fear go. Absolutely. Raina, yeah, that made sense to you. I'm so glad. That's awesome. Ellie's saying she would wrap wings around me, and you can do this with grace. Yes. So your best self would literally wrap her wings around you and remind you can do it with grace. Amen to that. I love that. Anything else that anyone wants to share? Yeah, Nick saying, I have the skills and knowledge to handle anything. I am safe. I feel protected. Beautiful. So that is what your best self would remind you. You have the skills and knowledge to handle everything. You're safe. You're protected. So I feel that what's beautiful about inviting you to tap into how your best self would acknowledge all of that brain dump on paper is to demonstrate to you that you've just proven to yourselves that you have the wisdom within you. Just let that land for a second. You have that wisdom within you. You have your answers. Whenever you tell yourself, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't have the answers, I don't know how, you do know. You do know. You're incredibly wise. You're incredibly powerful. You're a beautiful soul. Everything you need, all of the resource is right there within you, and that is your best self. You might want to call it your higher self. You might want to call it your spiritual self. It's your best self. Yeah, Lindy's saying that her best self would say to let go of the negativity and be the genuinely joyful, loving person I am. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. And that is so you, honey. And do you know what's also true? It's this idea that others can see that in you. So as a coach, when I'm working with a client, you can imagine that usually a client will present with the stories and the information and telling me and relating to me everything that's not working at the moment for them, because that's why they've come to a coach. They're looking for support, they're looking to heal, they want to transform and evolve something or various things. They want to improve their relationships, or they want to call in a relationship, or they want to improve their relationship to money, or get the next, move up in their career, whatever it is. But they're coming to tell me what's wrong, what's not working, what they perceive to be wrong about them, how their thinking isn't serving them, how their emotions are completely crazed and out of control, and they want to hone it in some way, calm it down, heal. And the role of the coach, and all of you do this for other people as well, is to listen. And I hear the pain and I would hear the stories. And I'm not going to make them wrong. You wouldn't make them wrong. That's their experience. And I see the light in them. I see through all of that murkiness, all of the discomfort, the indecision, the I don't know, this perception there's something wrong with me. I can see through it. It's just not real to me. I see their light. I see their potential. I see their best selves. And you will be able to do that for people you love. And if anybody in this group is a coach or a healer or working with people in that way, you also know that you have that ability with your clients. You can just sort of cut through the crap. Not that it's not real for them in the moment, and not that there's not things to be healed, but you can cut through that and see their truth. It's like you can see into their soul. And I know a lot of you. I don't know all of you, but I know a lot of you. And when I read how you've described to me your best self and what your best self might say, I'm like, yeah, of course. Because that's who you are. Yeah, no brainer. That is who you are. And any of you that know each other will know that, yeah, that's who you are. We forget. We get so caught up in our humanness and our conditioning and our programming and our focus on what we don't have and can't have, and dissatisfaction and frustration that we're not where we want to be. And we're so focused on that, we forget just how freaking marvelous we are. And that's what I really felt like. I just felt so strongly that I wanted you to connect in with the truth of you, who has all of your answers. And any healer or coach or anybody, therapist worth their salt, will never tell you how to do your life. They will show you and guide you to connect in with your best self, with your truth, with your soul, with your authentic, wise self, and help you to see for yourself what's meant for you, what's next for you. Yeah? Because it's there with the answers. We just got to listen. We've got to tune into that wise part of you and listen. And then, yeah, clear out the muck that's in the way of you being that person in the world fully, really stepping into that person. So I wonder if you were to like skip forward a year to yourself, your best self in a year's time, if that person could just turn around and look back at you, sort of look down the tunnel of a year, look down the tunnel of 2020 and look at you, what do they have to say to you? Just take a minute, close your eyes. Just tune in to your best self a year from now. Maybe just, actually, let's just stay there for a minute because that feels juicy. Let's just stay there. A year from now, 2021, the last day of March. And who are you? Who are you? Who are you being? What have you overcome in the last year? What have you achieved? What have you healed? What have you let go? What have you created? What have you created? Who are you hanging out with? Who are you spending time with? Let's just really stay here for a moment with your eyes closed. And just allow yourself to hook into that man or woman a year from now. How is that person showing up in the world? How are they being their best self? How has their best self brought them to that moment? What's it taken to get to where you are? What did you have to overcome? What did you have to release or heal? What powerful, brave decisions did you have to make? How did you have to get over yourself, perhaps, to be where you are now? How did you really have to take a stand for yourself to be where you are now? How did you have to speak your truth? Perhaps put yourself out on a limb, take a chance, be unapologetic. How did you really show up for yourself to put yourself where you are now? What did you say yes to? What did you say no to? In the last year, who were you choosing to spend time with? How have you been choosing to spend your time? How have you taken care of yourself? Just sit in silence with your eyes closed and just breathe and enjoy connecting with your future best self. They've got a lot of guidance and a lot of wisdom for you. I'm almost seeing that person as your cheerleader that's cheering you on from the sidelines and kind of beckoning you through, beckoning you in their direction, pulling you through. I got you. I know exactly what you need to do to be here. I'm going to show you the way. wonder what your best self in a year's time is going to be proud of you for. What have you got to be proud of? What are they feeling in a year's time? What unique qualities of you are you valuing? What's your best self valuing in a year's time? Those special qualities, so unique to you, that have pulled you through the next year and got you to that place. If you could look back on the year just past, what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for when you reflect back on the year? This is all information and wisdom and guidance that your best self a year from now has for you. And you can tap into this at any time to help guide you today, this week. So just take a moment and just gaze upon the face of your best self a year from now. Your best self a year from now. What do you see? How do they look? What is the glimmer or the glint in their eyes telling you? What's the smile on their face telling you? What do you see when you look at the face of you, your best self in a year's time? And just take a snapshot of that face. Just take a snapshot. And just mentally store that image in your mind. And then bring the energy of that image into your heart. Breathe it in. Breathe in that beautiful higher self, your best self. And just while we're here hanging out with your future best self, just take a moment to acknowledge how your best self is touching the people around you, the things that you care about. How are you having a ripple effect in your family, in your community, in your country, and beyond to globally? Just take a moment to acknowledge how impactful your best self can be. It really is truly amazing what you're capable of. It's truly amazing how, when you put yourself first and love yourself and do the work to clear the way so that your best self can shine, clear away the mud that's conditioning and programming and the grime that's limiting beliefs and sabotaging behaviors, your best self will do the work to clear out all of that, will clear away the fear and allow you to step forward and shine. That person is so impactful in the planet. I wonder how you'll be impacting the planet a year from now. And look again upon the face of you a year from now, your best self. And to say thank you. Thank you so much for your wisdom. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for this insight into what's possible for me. And really commit to listening to that wisdom that's available within you, that's always guiding you. I invite you to commit to doing whatever it takes to be the best version of you. And fully acknowledge that right now, this very moment, you're already doing that work. It's already begun. So when you're ready, just open your eyes. Nick's just said, clear out the muck. I like that. Gonna put on my farmer's outfit later and go muck out. Yes, I've got mine on actually. It's funny that we're saying that. This is like my farmer outfit, isn't it? My overalls. Can you see my overalls there? Oh, funny. So I would love for you all to just share with me. I mean, we went off somewhere there where I never really quite know where these calls are going to go, but apparently that's where we were meant to go today. I would love for you, could you share just a couple of words to describe what you saw when you saw the face of your best self? What did you see? Can you describe it? Maybe there was even a location. Maybe there was a certain kind of weather going on. Maybe when I see my best self, I usually see the wind in my hair blowing and the sun on my face, and my eyes are clear. I'm healthy, I'm vibrant, I've got a big grin on my face. That's what I see when I connect in with my best self. Lindy says serenity. Yeah, stunning. Mandy says lit up. Yeah, lit up. Absolutely. Natalie says that made me cry. So powerful. My best self said I deserve everything I've been wishing for. Yes, amen. Yes, you do. Of course you do. And we all do. Raina says peace and happiness, sat on my boat with my family and a glass of wine in my hands. Oh my God, I can totally see that, Raina. That is stunning. I really like that. Yeah, beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, we're that powerful. We can create that experience for ourselves. Yeah. It's just up to you to connect in with him or her. It's felt really good for me. I've got to say, I've actually really enjoyed hanging out with your best selves today. It feels really delicious. Like we're all here as our best selves right now. We're really tapped into that energy. I'm wondering if you can feel that. Ellie's saying freedom, love, sunshine, beach. I love myself. Yes. I love that for you, Ellie. Mandy's saying in my field with my donkeys and a group of people who want to learn to love through animals. Yes. Oh, that's so gorgeous, Mandy. Yes, yes, yes. I see that for you. You're already kind of doing that, though, if I know a little bit about you. Yeah. Raina says, I had tears rolling down my cheeks. Oh, beautiful. That was very touching. Very touching. Rebecca Hope, inspiring. Inspiring. Yeah. Yeah, it's an inspiring experience, isn't it, to tap into this part of you? It's very real. It's very real. Yep, you are, Mandy. Yeah. Shala, hello. I feel powerful and lots of tension gone. Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So, my beautiful lovers, I invite you today to bring what you're feeling now. Hi, Anne, I can see you've joined. I invite you to bring what you're feeling now into your day. Yeah, bring it into the rest of your day. This is a very real part of you. You know, we're not just making stuff up here. And even if it feels like we're making stuff up, I invite you to release the cynicism. I get it. I'm a naturally quite cynical person. Release the cynicism and not try to understand what was just created here or what you felt here. Don't try to understand it. Don't try to intellectualize it. Don't just allow it. Just allow the energy of it. Allow yourself to receive it without judgment. And just trust that you've done something special here today. And love yourself enough to just receive how good it feels. It just feels good, right? So allow yourself that experience. Have a magical day. Back to you, Fiona. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Love you lots. I'll see you at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Okay? Love you. Mwah. Bye.